Hello and welcome back to the Art Box. Got a lot more ideas now to help you with your picture making. And of course we've got our friends the Artbox Bunch over here. Hello. That card's very similar to the shape of Rex, only needs a few lines on it. Here we are, back at our board where all our artwork's going to be put. You'll remember last time we did the nice sun out of foil. I thought that perhaps it would be nice if we come to the middle for the next bit. There's a sort of outcrop of rock here. Show you how to do that. And then I thought it'd be rather nice if we had a few little colourful trees over the top of it. We'll do that too, right? Perhaps I shouldn't have given them that idea. Now that piece of rock formation, we're going to paint it. 4 colours on cartridge paper. That's the best. Clear water first, all over the cartridge paper. Good idea to do that because the colours merge very nicely always on damp paper. No hard edges. We'll start off with quite a bit of water and a little bit of yellow. That much. That's all we need. Now a little of some ochre. Now see, that's a strange colour, isn't it? A little bit more so that we get feelings like that in everything. See how I'm getting a diagonal line going up like that. I'm going to increase that tremendously with some black. Now I want to be very careful not to make it too black. All will be well in the end, you'll see, but go sparingly to start with. Now do you see what's happening? It's merging very pleasantly there, and we can put some bits of red into that here and there. That's a bit much. That's better. Now it is making the sort of colours that I want. You're with me, aren't you? It's almost right now, almost right. A bit more black. Extraordinary, isn't it, how this black works so well and yet doesn't lose itself, but it merges so well with everything else. It's more dramatic when you get a bit like that and you try and bring it into the end result. That'll do. That's splendid. Now we'll put the whole thing over here to dry, and quite obviously I've already got one that's a little more carefully done, but here it is. Now what I suggest is that if you have already drawn a rock shape that you like, well, cut it out of the paper that it's on, and you can actually take away the bit that comes out of the middle, because you see what's happened here. The middle's gone, but we've got a nice stencil. And with that stencil, we can test out what it's going to look like on our coloured background. And this, putting it in this position, yes, it covers it all, and it really looks quite pleasant like that, quite nice. So what we need to do, having seen exactly where that goes, we'll take that, turn that over that way, we turn this over that way, and we know that that has to come to there, and so that each end is well on the paper. And what we can do is take a pencil and simply trace around. You can do this reasonably quickly. I'm doing this quite quickly. But we've got to be able to see the pencil mark, obviously, because that will allow us to cut it out. Well, that's come out very well. So if we're ready to cut out, we'll just do that. There's that. We'll now see what happens. Luckily, rock formations can be very jagged and rough, so I'm not going to spend a tremendous long time about cutting this out. But this part up here, where we get some interest, you know, the stratum in there, comes and goes and changes, and this is one of these points where we can see exactly where it is. Now I've got to cut all the way down a very straight line. We can lose that. Are you going to be a nice straight line for me? Oh, it is. So, having done that, we can turn it the right way round and present it here for you, looking really quite pleasant. Well, I've finished. How's your pretend Rex coming on? Oh. Oh dear. I thought Tacky would have to get involved. Never mind. Let me show you now how to make some leaf trees. You'll very soon see why I call them leaf trees. And what we need to start with is some green paper, which you have painted green, and ochre painting. Or, of course, you can paint them any colours you like and make whatever leaf trees you like. Now, because we only need a very little of each piece, like that. We'll start off with this one. And what we do is to fold it like that. You can see where the green ink has come through the paper. That doesn't matter a scrap. With a pencil, I'm going to draw, first of all, the shape of the tree. Right down, nearly to the edge of the paper, and then not coming right down to the tip there. And I have to remember to draw a pencil line down like that, because we're going to cut a very thin strip out there. And now some shapes that I can only say are sword shapes, like that. And we're ready now to do the cutting out. These little scissors seem quite good for that. I'll do this bit first. Very thin. Not going right up to the tip, of course. And here we cut. I made it even thicker than the pencil line there. And that's that. Now the bits that are sword-shaped. One. You always wonder whether the bits are going to fall out of these things. Look! There we are. All is well. That's another one that wants just a little bit there. And the last one is going even more inwards to the centre. There we are. Get rid of all those. Open this up. The best thing is to try and just bend either end back the other way, because then it sits a little more flat, which is rather nice. Let's do another little tree. We'll do it with this paper. If I do it here, you can see more easily, I'm sure. So the fold, as usual. Pencil shapes here I'm going to do a little differently. They're going to be this sort of shape, the big one there, and then we can come down like that. And this way, those little sword shapes can follow the line of the bushy tops of our little tree. Those are the scissors. Here we go. Haven't done that bit up the centre yet. I'll come to that when I've done the outside edge of the whole thing. I think the fascinating thing about these funny stylized little shapes is that they actually look like leaves and they actually look like trees when you put them in situation. They are stylized trees. You're not going to come out, are you, unless I give you another little bit there. Last bit. And that little bit from out there. Good. Open up. Oh yes. Oh yes. If we just, again, fold back there, then I can present it to you like that. And we've got our two very different little leaf trees. And there you are. What are they up to now? Oh dear, I am sorry about that. Anyway, I've added another tree, little leaf tree here, and if we put that on the display board about there, tucking that one in, you see, and bring that down, and there, I think they look rather pleasant like that. Not too bad at all. Well, I'm afraid that's all for today, but more artwork next time. Sorry, hang on. Oh, Rex. Well, it did serve you right. Goodbye from us all. Till next time.